Assalamu alaikum, family. This is Ryan X coming to you live on here. Hope you all have a blessed and wonderful day thus far. Um, Hope that you have a blessed and wonderful 3-day weekend, the last holiday weekend of the summer. Hope you all were safe, whatever you did, whether you went out of town or just stayed in your local areas or just took it easy, whatever you may have done. Hope that you had an enjoyable time and that you were safe. Hope that you're having a good day today, too. And the likelihood that you're not, always, always, always remember this. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Keep your hope, trust, and faith in Allah, God, and He will see you through. I could definitely bear witness to that. So it was reported that 54 people were shot in Chicago over the weekend. Seven, unfortunately, were killed. My condolences go out to the families of those who were murdered, to those who were injured in these shootings. May Allah be pleased with those who are deceased, and may He grant solace and peace in this dark hour. It's time of sorrow for those who have lost their lives, for the families of those who, lost their lives. Those who were shot, may they recover. Um, but it's just sad. It's just, hold on one second. Yeah, it's just heartbreaking. What's going on, and not just in Chicago, but around the country with these shootings. People, it's just acts of violence and it's just straight out terrorism. That's what it is. It's terrorism. Anytime you cannot live in peace, you living in fear. That's terror, and that's terrorism. And enough is enough. I know that the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, and the governor of Illinois, Pritzker. I think JB Pritzker is his name. They're going back and forth with the Trump administration over them sending federal troops into Chicago. Um, Brandon Johnson said he's tired of the about talking about the violence in Chicago. Well, you're tired of it. Well, do something about it. Do something about it. But the fact still remains that, like America, I'm not just picking on Chicago, like the United States of America, Chicago is a violent place. Chicago is the third largest city in these United States. So what's going on in Chicago is a microcosm of what's going on around the country. And it's not just in Chicago. It's in my hometown of Detroit. It's in Philly. It's in Atlanta. It's in Milwaukee. It's in Houston and Dallas. It's definitely in San Francisco and Oakland, out here where I live. It's in LA. It's in Seattle. It's in Portland. It's in Miami. It's in New York. So let's not pick on Chicago. It's a microcosm what's going on in this country. That's what it is. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. But we cannot deny that the violence in Chicago has gotten out of hand. And let me say this: the police are not going to solve the problem. The Supreme Court ruled, I don't know when, but they ruled years ago that the police are not obligated to protect you. They're not. Despite what they say, to serve and protect, that's to serve and protect property. The police do not prevent criminal act. They do not. They are reactionary. They come after the fact. After the crime has went down, that's when the police come, asking questions. They don't prevent crime. They do not. They're not going to solve the issues of these shootings and killings in Chicago. They're not. Oh, but also, neither is the National Guard. The National Guard is not going to solve this problem. They're going to exacerbate it and make it worse because they're going to harass people who have nothing to do with who have nothing to do with these criminal acts. That's the people they're going to harass, not the criminals, but the everyday man and woman that's working, going to work, trying to make a better life for their families. Those are the people they're going to harass. And we also got to have this conversation. The National Guard, they do not have people skills. Neither do the police. But really, the National Guard, they don't have people skills at all. They're going to shove an M16 in your face. Hey, where are you going? Hey, where's your ID? Happened in D.C. with an attorney. Going to people's homes. This is what the founding fathers, this is their worst nightmare come true. This is what they wanted to prevent from happening again. Because this is what the redcoats were doing to the colonists. And now it's happening all over again. People do not study history. They do not study history. They don't. Because if they studied history, then they would know that this is a repeat of what the colonists went through over 250 something years ago. Same thing. The Bill of Rights. The Fourth Amendment protects us from illegal searches and seizures. It's in this document here. Before I go any further, hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. But the Fourth Amendment protects us from illegal searches and seizures. The founding fathers, this is not what they wanted. Sending federal troops into our cities. This is exactly what King George did when he sent British troops, the redcoats, in the colonies. It's the same thing. Same thing. It did not work in the 60s with federal troops patrolling every major city in this country during the 1960s. During the every summer was a race riot from 64 to 68. There were so many race riots in every major city across this country, and federal troops was brought in. It did not work then. Now you have people who aren't afraid of the National Guard. They weren't afraid then, but they're really not afraid now. And they will bust back at the National Guard. So now you have a war going on between federal troops and American citizens in your cities. But this is what Trump wants. And it does not solve the problem. Only thing is it's exacerbating it. Why send federal troops in? They're not going to solve crime. They're not. This is government overreach. This is tyrannical behavior. Not only that, but what I want to say is this. If the federal government gave a damn about the safety of its citizens, if it really gave a damn about the safety of the everyday man and woman trying to raise their families, trying to, to be safe in their own communities, they would urge them to take firearm safety courses and purchase firearms. Let me repeat myself again. If the federal government gave a damn about its citizens' safety, they would urge them to take firearm safety courses and purchase firearms to protect themselves. The Second Amendment, the right to bear and keep arms, which is also in this document. The right to the right to defend yourself is not only a constitutional right, but it's a God-given right. I don't think y'all heard what I said. The right to defend yourself, to defend your property, to defend your family. This is your property, the ultimate property. Yes, your home, your vehicles, your possessions. Yes, of course. But this is your property, the ultimate property, your temple, your family, then your possessions, your home that you work so hard to obtain in this life. You have the God-given right to defend it. Did y'all hear what I just said? You have the God-given right to defend yourself. Not just constitutional, but the God-given right. Allah has given us the right to defend our life. You only have one life. I only have one life. So we must protect it at all costs. Your family members, they only have one life. You must protect them. God Himself has given us the instruction to protect our families. The right to defend yourself is a God-given right. The founding fathers knew that. That's why they put it in here. They knew that. So it's not only a God-given right, but they put it in the Constitution to make it a constitutional right. But God supersedes the Constitution. It's a God-given right. So you have a right to defend yourself. If a wild animal in the animal kingdom has a God-given right to defend itself, then why don't we as humans? Aren't we greater than the animals? Don't we have superiority over the beasts of the world? Don't we? A skunk has a right to defend itself. How does a skunk defend itself? It sprays a scent. God gave that skunk a right to defend itself. A porcupine, for God's sakes, has the right to defend itself. How does it do it? It sends spikes out, needles. That's how it defends itself. The animals in the animal kingdom have this right. God has given them the right to defend themselves. So we not supposed to partake of that right? No, no. Mm-mm. I'm not buying that. So, like, again, if they really gave a damn about the citizens, everyday man and woman, the safety, they will urge them to take firearm safety courses and or purchase firearms. Make the criminals afraid again. Defend yourself against terrorists. What do foreign countries do or countries around the world do to protect themselves from terrorism, from wars? They strengthen up their defenses, their military. The United States government does it. When Pearl Harbor was attacked on December 7th, 1941, what did the United States do? They implemented the draft. Every able-bodied young man joined the military, joined the Army, the Marines, the Navy, the Army Air Corps to defend this nation against terrorists, against the Japanese and the Nazis. So this country defended itself. Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. The United States attacked Japan and to defend themselves. Germany declared war on us. We defend ourselves against Germany and Italy. So if it's okay for animals in the animal kingdom to defend themselves, and if it's okay for this country, our government, to defend itself against enemies, then why the hell can't the everyday man and woman defend themselves against terrorism, against enemies? Riddle me that. Make these criminals afraid again. And shout out to Brother Maj Toure for the work he's doing around the country. Shout out to this brother. He actually has a t-shirt that says, "Make criminals afraid again." I'm going to have to get that t-shirt too. They didn't get it for a while now. SolutionUniversity.org. Go and support this brother. Black Guns Matter. Go and support this brother. So, but Brandon Johnson, it's just an excuse. I don't agree with what Trump's doing. I don't agree with sending federal troops into our cities. And I saw earlier that Trump has sent federal troops into Baltimore. Yeah, that should go over real well. And like I said last week, it's coming to a city or town near you. So those in Detroit, those in Philadelphia, those in Atlanta, Miami, Houston, Dallas. He sent federal troops in LA. Out here in San Francisco and Oakland, because he's talking about sending them out here too. Portland, Seattle. Beware and be aware, because it's coming to y'all city too, sooner or later. Probably sooner. So now he sent federal troops into Baltimore. I don't like this. It's government overreach. But these mayors have themselves to blame. Brandon Johnson, you have yourself to blame. Governor Pritzker, whatever the hell your name is, you have yourself to blame. The governor of Illinois, you have yourself to blame. The mayor of Baltimore, you have yourself to blame. The governor of Maryland, I think is Governor Wesley Moore. I think that's his name. The governor of Maryland. Y'all have yourselves to blame. You didn't do anything to protect your citizens. You did not listen to your constituents. You did not do anything to protect them. Now you're letting Trump send his sickest federal troops on y'all. Trump was like, if y'all don't handle it, I will. And he's doing that. He's sicking federal troops on these cities. And in Baltimore, Chicago, it's predominantly black people that lives in these cities, and the area in DC, and the areas that they are patrolling are predominantly black. He's not going to send He's not going to send federal troops on the north side of Chicago. Let's keep it 1,000. He is not going to send federal troops on the north side of Chicago by Wrigleyville. In Wrigleyville, where Wrigley Field is at. He's not going to do it. It's not going to happen. But Mayor Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, Governor Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, governor of Maryland, I think Wesley Moore, I think that's his name, the mayor of DC. Y'all have yourselves to blame. I don't agree with what Trump's doing, but y'all allowed him to do it. If y'all would have took care of the problem in the first damn place, you wouldn't have been in this. You wouldn't be going down this road now. Now we got federal troops patrolling our cities like we're in Afghanistan or Iraq. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm not a fan of it. I have a huge problem with it because, again, these federal troops do not have people skills. We see what they did in New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina. That was after a natural disaster. Did y'all see the attitudes of those federal troops shoving M16s in people's faces after they had lost loved ones? They couldn't find any food or water, particularly water to stay hydrated, and you're gonna shove an M16 in their face and threaten to shoot them for being angry. It's gonna be the same situation in Baltimore and DC. It already happened in DC and in Chicago and elsewhere. They do not have people skills. They do not have coping skills. They don't have empathy. They're like robots, mindless robots. I must destroy enemy. I kill enemy. So, and I hate it because it is definitely government overreach. Anytime you seek the help of the federal government to solve a problem, they make it worse. Let me repeat myself. Anytime you seek the help of the federal government to solve a problem or problems, they make it worse. It's not in their nature for them to be problem solvers. They create more problems. And federal troops in these cities is going to be more. It's going to be do more harm than help. It is. I dare you to prove me wrong. I saw what happened in New Orleans. Again, that was after a natural disaster. So, and this violence in our major cities, this is a man-made disaster because they let it get out of hand. Now it's a disaster. Now the federal government has to come in and try to solve the problem. And their thought process is shoot to kill. Not try to resolve conflict, but shoot to kill. Shoot to destroy, destroy and kill. Destroy, destroy, destroy. But the Democrats, which most of these cities are controlled by the Democrats, most of these cities are in democratically run states or democratically controlled states. Y'all have yourselves to blame. Yeah, Trump shares some of the blame, but mostly y'all. Because y'all could have got on top of this, but you didn't. And you want to sit up here and fight with the Trump administration, deny the obvious, and won't do anything to solve the problem. You still won't do anything to solve the problem. So, with that being said, if the federal government, not so much the federal government, it's if the local governments gave a damn about the safety of their people, not just the federal government, but the local governments, city government gave a damn about their citizens, they will urge them to take firearm safety courses and or purchase firearms to protect themselves, to protect their property. They would do it, but they will not do it because the most popular thing to do, gun control, gun control, gun control. It's okay for federal troops to have weapons of mass destruction. It's okay for the police to have weapons of mass destruction, but it's not okay for the average man and woman to protect themselves against terrorism and against tyranny. If that is if that isn't totally asinine and it's something that you cannot make sense out of, It's just totally asinine. It's okay for the federal troops to have arms and the police, but not you. You're supposed to depend on them for your safety. That is a lie. That is a, oh my God. That's just stupidity and laziness and straight cowardice. But what do I know? I'm just somebody who runs my mouth on the internet, sharing my opinions. Hit that thumbs up button, smash the thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. I think I got my point across on this topic. Um, Share this video, share it, share it, share it. Let's have the conversation, especially on this. Flood the algorithm with this video. Share it as much as possible. Let's have the conversation. Support my YouTube channel and my future projects. I need y'all love and support. So please continue to support your brother. And I thank you for rocking with me for all these years. I do not take it for granted one iota. I appreciate y'all and I love y'all immensely. So please continue to love and support because I need it. I know there are going to be people who disagree with me on this. I already know that, and I'm cool with that. That's fine and dandy. Let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. In our disagreements, let's use logic, common sense, facts, and respect, not emotion and disrespect. That'll get you nowhere. Brothers as well as sisters, y'all be safe out here. Beware and be aware. I said it in this video. Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy now more than ever before. So whether you going to work, coming home from work, dropping your children off at school, picking them up, running errands, whatever the case may be, beware and be aware. We cannot be we cannot afford to not be watchful in this hour. We cannot. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear to see your comments. And on that note, I love y'all. Have a blessed rest of your day, and I will talk to y'all sooner than later, inshallah. Have a blessed day. Love y'all much. Assalamu alaikum.